Hey everybody, welcome back to Hangin With Harv. Today, we're going to wrap up the house project. It's long overdue, but we're finally there. So here in this clip, what we're watching is the drywall crew brought the drywall out on a not a particularly dry day, but despite the inclement weather, they were able to get the drywall all in the house and staged relatively quickly, using this crane and being able just to kind of basically pick up an entire stack of drywall and maneuver it over to the right into the garage, and allowed these guys just to basically slide that stuff right off. And so they were able to make pretty quick work of getting the drywall off the truck and in under protected covering there, right? So, and of course the material you can kind of see there in the front of the garage, that's all the siding ready to go up for the outside of the house. But obviously at the wet weather, they just that got put on hold for the moment. But in the interim, as you can see, the guys got the drywall staged throughout the house where they needed it for ceilings and everything. They've got all the mud ready to go, joint compound. And then here, obviously, the exterior of the house, like I said, is ready for drywall, or not drywall, but the siding. But as you can see, it was still a little cold out. So it had to be a certain temperature before that could happen. However, inside, they were able to put all the netting up for the blown-in fiberglass insulation. We did go with that as an upgrade, but I wanted that because I believe strongly that that's one of the better ways to go. I know some people prefer the foam or whatever, but I like this blown-in fiberglass. Gives a nice warmth to the house. It fills in all of the pockets and voids that you normally experience with batt insulation, and so it's pretty neat how this goes. It cuts a little slit and fills it in, and there are a few spots here I think you'll see where he doesn't feel like he gets it all the way completely full, and so he cuts a little slit and just adds more until it kind of puffs out. I'm confident in what I saw, that this is fully insulated, and we don't have any air pockets behind outlets, around wires, etc. And then any interior wall where we wanted sound deadening, like that wall between the living room and our bedroom, we put in batt insulation. Once the insulation was up, the drywallers were out pretty quick, and they were able to get all of this drywall installed. This was just one day, so this was kind of a daily thing for myself and the family to kind of get us out of the shed, the barn, my workshop where we lived. We made daily trips into the house to take a look at progress. So that right there is a half bath, and we insulated that wall with the living room to kind of, again, cut down on any sound coming out of that toilet area. And then looking out from our bedroom, back at the great room, we go upstairs. At the top of the stairs, we have a closet. This is a family room for the girls and their friends when they come over, or cousins, or whatever. And then this is my youngest daughter's bedroom with a nice big walk-in closet. We have our guest room. And I don't know the size. These are all pretty good size rooms. They're 12 by 12-ish. Some may be a little longer in one direction or the other, but they're all roughly 12 by 12. Of course, that is the girls' bathroom you just saw, and that's my older daughter's bedroom. And again, another view from our property looking out, and then back at the family room. So pretty impressed. One day's work, they got, like I said, most all of the drywall up. Um, so with that, we'll come back here tomorrow, I think. Oh, I added some still shots. I forgot. I got still shots here. The girls, like I said, any opportunity we could get out of the out of the barn and go into the house and look at progress, that's what we did. So always a lot of progress. And then here we are the next day. They started taping and mudding. Didn't get obviously all of it done in one day, but still was pretty impressed how quickly this phase of the project went, from rough framing to insulation and drywall up and mudded. But this is kind of that phase of the construction projects where kind of like most of my projects, they go really well and they feel like they go pretty quick to this point, and then at this point things tend to slow down. And really the finishing aspects of a house build like this are what really take the longest. Getting all the trim on, getting everything just so, all the final electrical, the rough electrical was all done, but putting all the switches in, putting all the lights in, putting all the cabinets together. So that's the part that takes the longest. But we were very excited when the house got to this point, and like I said, we came in just about every day to see what had been accomplished, what else they got done, and I just had to keep reminding them that there won't be a change every day, right? Some days they just don't get anything completed, But again, this is my older daughter's bedroom, and the people are there mudding, I think, at the moment. But I just kind of go around every room just to kind of see what's different today and have footage for the blog. So again, guest room, looks like they got most all of this ready for the trim carpenters. It's all ready to go. And again, the girls' bathroom, and there was one in here doing work and one out here on stilts, and I just focused on this for a moment because he just made it look so effortless. For some reason, I'm not a professional drywaller by any stretch, but I do a fairly decent job, but it's not as fast as that guy. He made it look just effortless, and it was perfect. For me, it takes 2 or 3 times and lots of sanding and filling in holes, but you can see pretty much at this point now the trim carpenters are there, and they are trimming out all the doors and windows. And of course, my girls, anytime there's a photo op, they're there. But they had all the trim ready to go, and they installed all the cabinets. We were excited that day to see what the layout of our kitchen would look like. And we're excited about the fireplace. Wasn't so excited that those pipes didn't land where I thought they should have, but it was no big deal. They moved them. Again, photo op. My girl's always there. She likes to have her picture taken, apparently. What girl doesn't, though, right? All right. So again, trim carpentry. The tile guy was there working on the shower. My daughter decided she needed a pose where the bathroom would be. And then that was our former construction manager. Now we're switching to the outside as the weather finally warmed up, and so that allowed the vinyl siding people to be able to come out and actually start finishing up the exterior. So everything is covered in Tyvek. It's all ready to go, and then you can see they started going around the house and trying to make everything line up. It looks pretty good. Was exciting to see the house get its skin, if you will. So, and that upstairs of that red building right there, that building is my workshop, and the upstairs is half of the upstairs is where we live. The other half is kind of a train room, hobby room, but the about a 15 by 20 room is what we lived in above my workshop. And of course, my workshop also got taken over for that 14 months, which is why I haven't posted very much. But as you can see, the outside is shaping up. I kept thinking that they should have gotten more done every day than they did, but you know, I don't do that for a living, so I just thought it should have gone faster. But there we can see our stonework has arrived. The guys got the columns built. Everything is ready to go, just waiting for, again, a little bit warmer weather for the masons to come out and do their work. And so I think here in a minute we kind of see the exterior guys. They were done. They moved on, and we were just waiting for the masons to come. So, and I don't remember when this was exactly, but essentially the house is done at this point. But where I'm standing at is where the new septic system is supposed to be, and they wouldn't let us put it in. It wasn't approved because it was too wet. So that was one of the big delays. The house, in some of these pictures, you know, may not be quite in order, but needless to say, you can see there the stonework is all in. At this point, I'm starting to tear up, or I tore up the stone driveway and redispersed that stone elsewhere. And then this part here is one of my favorite things. I asked so many times that I did not want a step, and the new construction manager that took over the project ensured that we did not have a step there. The concrete work turned out beautifully. And then the house was done, but the septic system, like I said, was finally approved for us to install it. It was dry enough. They first came out and put the tanks in. Of course, then after the tanks were in, we had a torrential rain for like all day or 2 days or something. And basically everything flooded, and you can see one of the two tanks actually floated up out of the ground. They did not have enough water in it. So I think it was another couple months later, finally we had dry enough weather. They put in a perimeter drain to keep rainwater out of the septic field area. And then they put in the sand bed and the piping on top of that. So they've got all the piping in and covered up with sand. So I think at this point they start backfilling and creating the mound. So that's what that guy's doing. He's out there building the mound, grading out the rest of the yard. So that hump there is the septic field. Now I'm standing on top of the septic field looking back the other way. And with that, it was finally ours. We were so excited. Everything turned out. Everything came together in the end finally. And we just got right to work, moving in, getting our stuff ready, and really happy the process was finally over. With that, I just want to say thank you for hanging with Harv today. It's a wrap. Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you on the next video.